going on, everybody? Welcome to the Negative Degree Podcast, where we take the phrase, stay positive, positive vibes only, punch it in the face, stomp it out, and throw it in the garbage. It is your boy, DJ Frostbite, and it is my birthday today. I am officially 28 years old, and not only is it that, to make me feel even older, it is 10 years to the day, legit to the day, since I graduated high school. Man, time legit flies. I graduated on my birthday at the age of 18, and now I'm 28 years old. Oh, man. It's going to be some random, just going down memory lane type of stuff on this podcast. But I hope you all enjoy it. And leave comments, leave questions, leave anything. Once again, I'm streaming through Restream. If you don't know, I'm on Facebook Live right now, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You can find me on any of those things under DJ Frostbite. So make sure you like, add, follow, subscribe, any of those things. Leave a message, just even saying what's up. Leave a happy birthday or something like that for me, you know. But even on my birthday, because I'm pretty sure somebody's like, well, it's your birthday. There's no way you can be negative today. Au contraire, mon frère. Because, like I said, it has been 10 years to the day since I graduated high school. So we're going to take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. We're going to talk about high school. There's going to be some other random topics and stuff on here too, not just about high school, but I can definitely tell from when I was in high school to now that things are very, very different. Like not even just style or the music or even just the way, people teach now. It is completely different. Like when I was in high school, like you would get picked on for like everything, like no matter what it was. I feel like today it's more like socially accepted for like anybody. Maybe it's a little bit different. I don't know because I haven't been in high school for that long, but I definitely know the schools I went to, because I went to two different high schools. I went to one my freshman and sophomore year, and then another one for my junior and senior. And even those two schools were like completely different. But so my freshman and sophomore year, I went to a high school called Thornridge. It is in Dalton, Illinois. It was like maybe like walking distance, probably a little bit more, but like driving distance, maybe like 2-3 minutes away from where I used to live. It was the school that it was just the neighborhood high school. It was where I went to the elementary school that was in my town. I lived like probably a good 2-3 minutes away from the elementary school. The middle school I went to Franklin, which was the elementary school. Lincoln, that was the middle school, and then finally made it up to Thornridge. Me and my brother both went to the same school, not at the same time. My brother's 8 years older than me. Fuck him. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like you basically knew everybody that was going to be in that school. It was certain new people, but most of the time it was basically the same people that you grew up with to a certain point. It's not bad, but then, because I feel like when you get to college, that's when you really start to meet new people and different shit like that. I got that a little bit early because after my sophomore year, my parents decided, oh, okay, we're getting you out this fucking school, because I used to be very aggressive and always wanted to fight. I had a bad temper. I would always get in fights, get in trouble. I was always suspended or getting detentions. I remember getting like Saturday detentions, being there for like 4 hours. Oh my God. Like in school suspensions, which I'm not gonna lie, I used to love. Like all I gotta do stay in this one room, do whatever, like do all my classwork or whatever, and then I get to go onto the computer. That was the shit. I'm like, can this just be school for me, please? Like, didn't have to go to gym, didn't have to go to any other fucking class. Like, the only class I think I actually missed was like auto shop. Gym sometimes, cause again, ghetto ass school. Most of the time we just played basketball, or we had to go outside and shit like that. So that was the only thing. But shit, didn't have to always go to fucking gym. I had to get dressed and shit like that, and fucking stupid ass uniform. Like that always annoys me. It's just like, if I'm going to gym, why do I gotta be in a fucking uniform? Why do I gotta have on? Cause I think, let me see. In Thornridge, it was the fucking gray and blue shirt. And then I think they gave us like shorts, but I don't think any of us even wore those fucking shorts because they were just like nut huggers. It was like, fuck this, and then we just all rocked our own shit. So then, like I said, I used to love that shit. The only thing I hated about in school suspension was like, to get on the computer, you had to, like, the guy who was like watching over us. He was like, all right, grab a dictionary, and he'd tell us like whatever number, like, word in the dictionary for like each letter. So I'm like, oh, you gotta do the definition of the fifth word of every letter. And of course we'd fucking cheat because we didn't care. It was like, okay, what's the shortest one? All right, this boom, this boom. You do your fucking 26, hand it to him. You got to be like, you could be done at like noon or like 11 o'clock. You got the rest of the time just to be on the fucking computer. That was the fucking shit. Also, my freshman and sophomore year of high school. My freshman year, which I know a lot of people are gonna give me shit for, but I was on mathletes. Yes, I was very scholastic kid. I'm smart, all that stuff. I love math, not meth, but math, MATH. So some of y'all know that was the one thing in school that I always loved. Even like till this day, I still fucking love math. I don't do the shit like that, but it's it's an essential thing. Like, I'm not out here pulling out the fucking graphing calculator and doing fucking ellipses and shit like that, or fucking calculus. Which that's the one class I didn't take. I didn't get to take. I know it's probably like a weird thing, but I think I would have did pretty decent in calculus. Um, but yeah, I was on the mathletes team. I was the captain. We always got blown the fuck out by other uh high schools because for some reason, we always went to better schools that always knew the shit. Um, so yeah, it was just crazy. My sophomore year, I don't think I did anything. If I don't remember correctly. I didn't do any sports. I tried out for basketball. They didn't want me. I'll be honest, not that great at basketball even back then. Now I'm pretty decent, but back then, no, like barely any fucking coordination. And I know people look at like, but you're a black dude. I'm like, hey, I'm a fuck. Like, people don't understand. Like, just because the way I look doesn't mean I'm big into sports and stuff like that. I was somewhat of a nerdy kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was big into video games. I wanted to do like skateboarding and shit like that because I used to watch Rocket Power. I was big into cartoons, not big into anime, not yet. I'm really still not big into anime like that. It's certain stuff I watch, but I was big into like watching cartoons. Like I was still like somewhat of a kid. I was a kid, but when I was high school, I was like, I just want to get the fuck out of here and go to college. Which went to college for like a little bit, had my fun, did what I need to do, but I couldn't afford to stay longer than a fucking semester, which sucks. Aside from JUCO, like JUCO, you give them like $1,000 and shit like that, and you're fine. But even I fucked up with that. Story for another time. But anyway, going into my junior year, I still don't think I did anything. Probably tried out for some stuff, and either like my mom didn't let me do it, or my grandma was just on some bullshit. Then my senior year, I actually got to do chess. Chess was something I never thought I was gonna get into. I thought this shit was legit for nerds. And the only reason I got into chess, and I shit you not, and shout out to Mr. Rice, my plant science teacher. He is the reason why I got into it because not only was he my plant science teacher, he was the coach of the team. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got it like the way he talked about it. He actually like persuaded me to get into it because he didn't go from it like a oh it's so amazing and this is that and blah blah. It was just like it felt like he knew how to talk to me, and that's one thing that teachers need to learn how to do is like learn how to talk to their students. It was like the it's not even the way he described it. It was just very chill and calm and like it was very nonchalant. And it was like, hey, come check it out. If you don't like it, it's no problem. But I think you actually get into it. And it got me curious, and I went to go check it out, and I liked it. I got my ass handed to me a lot before I actually like got to know the game, but that's part of the experience. I got to go to different schools, got to play against other different people. I've only had when I was on the team, I won I think once or twice, and I had one of the craziest checkmates in the world. We had like pawns set up on like a diagonal. I had two queens. I had two queens. I think a rook and a bishop. It was like a five-way checkmate because he had nowhere to go. If he tried to take my pawn, I had another pawn behind it, and also a queen to protect. If he tried to move to the left, I think it had a bishop or a rook. So it was crazy. I wish I still had that picture because it was the most amazing and unique checkmate I've ever done in my life. Um, but also when I was in high school, I was kind of the outcast, I guess, because I was different. I'm not gonna lie, I was very different. I wasn't. I just put it like this: all the schools I went to, mostly aside from the school I went to my junior senior year, it was mainly all black. Even let's put it like this: from probably when I was born to like when I was 16, most of the places I went to like all black, most likely. I think aside from when I went to like daycare. Uh, but yeah, high school, the fact that I was kind of the nerdy kid, especially like growing up because I used to wear glasses. I was big, which I still am big now. Um, all of the different stuff. Like I was into rock music, which around that time people was like talking shit about it. But then now it's like cool because like oh yeah I was into this too. I was like why didn't you say this shit in high school? I was really big into rock. I was big into different rap. I wasn't into like which around that time it was the Waka Flockas and Gucci Mane and stuff like that. Me, I was more Jeezy, J. Cole. I think around that time, that's when like Kendrick started coming out, Tyler the Creator with the Odd Future stuff. That's what Pusha T, um, Lil Wayne. Like I think that was the one thing that was still kind of cool around that time was Lil Wayne because he was still doing like the dedications. That's when I think the Carter 3 came out. I want to say because when that's like Lollipop and all that stuff came out around that time. But it was still a lot of stuff that. Oh, then I was really big in Lupe Fiasco. Really, really, really big. Like I have the Cool album. I used to play that shit a lot. That was like my ringtone on my phone. Um, I was into Eminem because that's when like the Relapse album and stuff came out and Recovery. Like I was into a lot of different stuff. Then finding out about other like bands and rappers and stuff like that too. That a lot of people I still probably don't even know about, or just to get into like the cool kids who fucking awesome. I wish they still made the music that they used to, like fucking Black Mags and Pennies and stuff like that. But I get it. They grown up a little bit more. They're a little bit different, or they're probably just trying to fit the style of now, which sucks. But hey, um, Then also, I just wasn't the average black guy. I wasn't an average black kid. Even my dad to this day says, "You're not the average black kid." And at first, I used to see it as like a diminishing phrase because I was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" Now I take it as a fucking badge of honor because I'm just like, I'm glad I'm not like the average fucking black person because if I was, I'd probably be in fucking jail right now or still be having dreads and shit like when I was trying to grow them shits out. Uh, Fucking dreads. I remember wanting dreads and my mom didn't want did I wanted dreads or like braids because they were somewhat starting to get popular, but it wasn't as big, and I wanted to try to get them before they started getting big. Like that was the one thing I always like was into is trying to get into something before it got like super popular. But then when people got into it, then I was ahead of the curve kind of thing. I always tried to do that, but then my mom stopped me. It was like, no, you can't get it. Then as soon as everybody else started doing it, then she let me do it, but she wouldn't let me get my dress the way I wanted to. Like I wanted like the crazy like Chief Keef dreads or shit like that, where it's like shit was fucking like swing. But she always wanted my stuff like just going straight to the back. I'm like, that's fine, but I was like, I wanted some hang time. I wanted like some shit going crazy and stuff like that. But shit, when you 14, 15 years old or like 16 years old and got no money, you got to do what your parents say. But yeah, even for like my graduation, I had legit like I had twist for like a long time, and then I have no idea why, but my mom listened to my brother about some chick he would go to who had a shop and could do dreads and shit, and she went completely fucking crazy with it. Like she added hair to my hair, and I went from having like short twist to like dreads to having like long like Future Migos, all them fucking like I'm just like what the fuck. And then I go to like I had this for my graduation. I probably had like the pictures and stuff somewhere. Them shits were heavy. Then after a month, them shit started coming out because they didn't do it good enough. So I had to go back to this lady so they can take all the shit out and then redo my actual hair. And I'm just like, why didn't you do this in the first place? Because this looks way better. Wait, I might try to find that picture because I think my dad actually like got it developed and gave it to me somewhere. I gotta find where it is. But yes, I am in my graduation. It was nuts, and I got in so much trouble because there was like this big like they were doing like a graduation breakfast for everyone, and I didn't tell my parents what it was. I just told them, something that we like a rehearsal thing, whatever. So my dad, took me took me up there. Sorry, my dad took me up to the school, and again, I'm in here, big braid, like big dreads in a ponytail. I got my Arctic camo shorts on, like t-shirt. They gotta look good, but I know as soon as somebody sees me with my dreads, they're gonna start talking to shit, cause I already know. And if somebody sees me, and it was just like, oh, what the fuck, this and that, blah blah blah. And this other dude like come up to me and was like, oh, you cheated, you. Blah. I'm just like, dude, I didn't want to do this, and I really didn't want to do it. Like I wanted dreads, but I wanted it in the right way. I didn't want this like fake shit. Like no. And then, which I can say this now because I don't care. So me and my friend, my big bro Norman, well, little big bro because you're shorter than me, you asshole. Which I know he's not watching this, and I don't care. So for like extra, I guess like extra credit or some shit like that for like certain classes, if you sold candy, you got I forgot how much, but basically you got like a higher grade or whatever. And so me and him both got like a box. I think it was like $60 out of the whole thing you could get out of it, some shit like that. And our parents sold a lot of the candy. My mom would take it to a job, and a lot of people would like sell it, like they'd buy it and stuff like that. No, she had the cash. So us being dumbasses, instead of us, giving it, going back to the school, giving them the money and stuff, we took that shit and went to White Castle. We went a couple times in a row. Like we like dip in and out of it and go like early in the morning, go to fucking White Castle, grab some burgers, and then get on the fucking bus to school and shit like that. It was fun. But then on graduation day, they were like, "Hey, it's some of you guys who didn't turn in, your candy money. If you don't turn in the money, you won't be able to graduate." And me, being who I was back then, I was trying to be like the master fucking thief and liar and shit like that. This is the only time it couldn't go over, because they went to one of my teachers and it was like, no, he didn't turn anything in. Went to my English teacher, no, he didn't turn anything in. I was like, oh fuck. So then I had to call my grandma, which I fucking hate this grandma, and she's dead now, and I don't care. Fuck you. I call her, and first thing she does, she starts hollering on the phone, and the guy was like, you know what? Our dean or principal, whatever like that, whatever the fuck he was like, hey, if you could just give $30, that's it. That's fine. My dad comes up, he's yelling at me about the shit, hands me $30, I go pay for it, I can go walk across the stage. Then, because we had to go get the cap and gown, which still, I got my dad yelling at me, my grandma's yelling at me, my mom's yelling at me, who she can't come to my graduation because my mom's sick. My mom, I'll talk about that a different time. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So we go to the actual place to get the cap and gown. And because of my hair, the cap that they gave me doesn't fit. So I had to go back and get a bigger size. My dad puts my name in it and stuff like that, and it actually fits. So we go to rehearsal, and my dad's like, you got to ride to get back home or whatever. I was like, yeah. End up riding with some friends. And we do the rehearsal, and I'm messing around with a couple girls that I know. Then we get back home, and legit, my friend Norman goes, oh shit, it's your birthday today. I was like, yeah. Everybody's like, why didn't you tell us? I was like, I didn't want, because, and I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't want to make it a big deal, because it's like, we all graduating and shit like that. And yes, it is my birthday, but it's not like we can go do shit. Like we can't, like, we all fucking broke. None of us got jobs. None of us had jobs. I was like, what the fuck we gonna do? And plus, again, it's our graduation day. We can't really go do shit. We got legit stuff to do. So then, I think I had to stay at my grandma's house. But get dressed for graduation. Got my stuff on. And they wanted us to like dress up and shit. Excuse me. They want us to get like super dressed up and like fucking suits, and like guys have on suits and girls have on like dresses and stuff like that. All these fucking different rules and stuff we got to do. Man, I'll tell you right now, I was like, fuck them rules. Because they was like, no jeans, no shorts, no this and that. Man, it was like, oh, gotta have dress shoes. I came in to myself, and probably to like my mom and stuff too. I thought I was looking fly as fuck. I came in with this blue Jordan polo, some like nice jeans, white and blue Jordans on. Like I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, I look fucking crispy, like crisp as fuck. And hold on, sorry. Oh shit, damn. Never mind, sorry. Something for work. So, yeah, I'm like thinking in my mind, I'm like, I look crispy as fuck, and I probably do, because like everything I had on was like brand new, never put on anything like that. like straight, like fresh out the box, fresh out the fucking packaging, all that shit. And of course, I gotta because the high school I went to when I graduated, our colors were fucking red and yellow, looking like fucking Ronald McDonald's. I got this big ass red gown on, red cap with the fucking red and yellow tassel. I was just like, why am I doing it? Like, well, I'm not like, why am I doing this? I'm like, I'm just ready to get this shit over with so I can take this damn thing off. And my last name my last name is S.Y. Like, so I'm damn near toward the back. My last name it's S and then it's Y. My friend, his last name is Vincent, so he was way back there after me. So he had to sit there for a while. Our class was like 600 people. I was just like sitting there like, fuck, can we hurry this up? Then even before they even call our names, they got to do all the fucking announcements and speeches. They had a dude like playing guitar. I was like, this is doing too fucking much. Like, what? Like, just get to the fucking shit and let's go. Like, play the music, say people's names, shake their hands, take the picture, and let us walk out the fucking stage so we can go. Like, I need this to hurry the fuck up so I can go home and do whatever. So, finally get to go up there, shake the person's hand, got my thing. They gave me my thing, take the picture, which they knew they got us good because it was like, your diplomas are not in the sleeve. You have to wait until the graduation is over to actually get your diploma. Because it was like, basically it was like, if you fuck up, we're keeping your diploma and you're not getting it until like later. So they made sure nobody was doing no dumb shit. Nobody, like, no girl was like flashing her ass, or no dude trying to like get up on stage and dance and no shit like that. And I finally got my diploma, and taking pictures with my homie Norman, taking picture with his fucking ex-girlfriend because my dad is like trying to get us to take pictures. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Oh, then even before that, this is another time. This is again when I get in trouble. So again, when I talk about my cap and gown, finally get a cap to fit my head, and my dad, my mom, and my grandma, I think my brother too, was like, whatever you do, don't throw your cap because we did all the trouble and stuff, blah blah blah. Don't throw it. And of course I throw it. Cause I was like, fuck. I was just like, you know what? I'm already in trouble as it is today. Fuck it. like if they kill me today, I still graduated. Like I've lived 18 years to the day. What is the worst they can possibly do? I throw it. I can like legit hear them behind me. Like, don't throw it. Don't throw it. I'm just like, fuck it. And throw it. I'm glad my dad doesn't watch this. I'm glad my dad doesn't have social media or anything too. Because he's the only one who would probably give a damn about this. Because he wanted to kill me. He literally told me later that he wanted to kill me for doing that. Because he was the one that had to drive me to go get my cap and gown and the one that put my name and stuff in it. And so I think I ended up like getting it, somebody like threw it back to me and I threw it back again. I'm just like, fuck. I was like, hey, like I'm not going to ever wear this shit again. Why do I care? That's like me with my middle school one. I still have that one too. Straight, like, nice blue, still got the cap and everything. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's still gonna be here. It's still with it. So it doesn't matter. Somebody probably has my fucking cap with my name and shit in it. If you got it, cool. Let me know. You got my Facebook and shit like that. But if you don't, I don't care. Like, I still have a cap. I have my cap and my gown still, which I want to give away because I don't fucking need it. Like, I got both of my cap and gowns from my middle school graduation and my high school graduation. I was like, why? Like, I get keeping the cap because of the fucking tassel, or like just keeping the tassel by itself. Like, just keep the tassel and then get rid of everything else. Or if you do, or if I had to, keep the cap and the tassel and then throw away the fucking gown because I graduated. Like I know I graduated. It's not like it's a fucking requirement. It was like, oh, you have to have this. This is just like, no, like we paid for this. You keep it. I'm at the point I'm just like, I don't want it anymore. It's just taking up closet space. And so I'm getting all the shit in the car from my grandma and my brother. My mom's calling me and they're like yelling at me from the house. And I can't even fucking go home. Then she was like, that's why she didn't give me my class ring and shit like that, which I don't even have my class ring. Like, I don't even know where it is, but I don't even care because I don't want no fucking Titan. Like, here's the big thing. I kind of figured the way I was going because of, like, how I was going to, like, pretty ghetto-ass fucking schools. I kind of figured that the way Thornridge was going, I probably wouldn't have fucking graduated on time, or I would have to go through so much to even like graduate on time. I used to get in so much fucking trouble. Like I was barely in class. My sophomore year, I failed almost all my classes except for like 2 or 3. I had to make up all that shit through fucking summer school, like summer school, night classes, all that shit, just to make everything up. And it wasn't the fact that I was stupid. It was just I didn't fucking care. I was like, why? Like, why am I here? Like, fucking college ain't on the fucking table for me. Oh, like I wanted to go to college. I really wanted to hang out with like the older people. Like, when I was a freshman, I hung around with nothing but like juniors and seniors. Like mostly like seniors and shit. Cause my cousin used to go to school with me, and she was a junior, and she was like kind of fucking annoying. But I was like, I don't want to hang around people the same age as me. I know it's kind of fucked up, but I was like, I see these people all the fucking time. I grew up with them and shit like that. I want to hang out with more mature people. I'm still kind of like that to this day, where it's like, I kind of don't like dating people, like dating girls around my age. I'd rather date girls like a little bit older because I feel like they have more sense. But then, logically, no, the fuck they don't. At least not in this fucking state. This is why I miss Chicago so much. I love you, Chicago. Even just Dalton in general. So I know I keep saying Chicago is where I'm from. Dalton is legit where I'm from. It is a suburban town on the south side of Chicago. People say it's not Chicago. It's not a part of Chicago. Some people say it is. I say it is. It's not that far from the actual part of Chicago. It's probably like a 20 minute to a half hour drive from the actual downtown Chicago, so everybody can shut the fuck up. I do not care. To me, it is part of Chicago. Anyway, where I was going. But yeah, high school was just one of those things where I wanted to hurry up and get the fuck out, be independent on my own, go to college, even though I was like, there was no way I'm going to be able to fucking go to college. Because my parents didn't have the money. Like, they really didn't. Like, I went to college. All right. So, I went to college 3 times. I went to a technical institute for diesel mechanics. Got kicked out because I failed a class 3 times. And the reason that is because, 1, I was hella worried. Like, I was hella worried about my mom. And then 2, I was like, this is my first time being independent. I'm on my own. I got a nice apartment, but I'm sharing it with like 3 other people. It wasn't even like we were never partying and shit like that because we didn't know what the fuck parties were. But it was like, I don't have to listen. I don't have to listen to anybody. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This and blah blah blah. But I was getting sick a lot. And that was the crazy shit to me. And it was because I was taking care of myself. Then the second time I went to college was when I moved to Garden City. And I was working and also going to college at the same time. My dad, he was like, hey, I'll pay for you to get in, but you got to pay for your books. I'm like, all right. Then when I found out how much books were, I was like, I had a math class where everything was online, and I couldn't afford the fucking like the booklet thing with the serial number in it. And my teacher literally told me, she was like, if you did every assignment, you would still come up to like you would still fail this class. I was just like, fuck. Like any other class, I was fine. Like my English class, I passed. My fucking easy ass welcome to college course, whatever shit is, passed. But yeah, my math class I couldn't fucking do because I couldn't afford the book. It was something else. Excuse me. I'm completely fucking tired. I'm sorry, y'all. But it was some other class that I had to where I couldn't afford the shit. I think I ended up taking it off my curriculum, whatever the fuck it is. Off my schedule. I said curriculum. Off my schedule. And I'm just like, man, this fucking sucks. Then third time, and this is kind of on my dad, on a little bit on me, because my dad wanted me to go to college so bad, because he was like, I promised your mama you was going to college, and you gonna get your degree, so that's what's gonna happen. Even still to this day, he was like, you need to go back to college and get your degree, because isn't that blah blah blah. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. I like where I am right now. I like what I'm doing, and like DJing, yes, it is not the most, I don't want to say rewarding. Okay, I'll say it like this. Where I am right now as a DJ, it is not the most rewarding. I'm not making like thousands of dollars every week and shit like that to provide for myself. I can say that. But it's an investment. It is an investment on myself. It's an investment on my gear and equipment. It is an investment on my time, effort, all that stuff. Because, hard to me personally, hard work pays off. And I'm a hard worker. I've said on this podcast many times, before I became a DJ, I was doing a lot of warehouse, factory work, retail work, stuff like that. Factory work is not for everybody. It can kick your fucking ass. I know that firsthand. As someone who used to work at Tyson, lifting heavy ass fucking meat, like meat and stuff all day, then going to another job where you're stacking fucking meat for not cat food, but for dog food on pallets, and that shit is frozen, legit frozen, and it's heavy. It's like some stuff is heavier, some stuff is more like delicate and fragile. You got to be careful how you put it on. It goes down. Then going from that to when I moved to Wichita and doing temp jobs in factories and stuff. Then going to Coleman and doing the stuff they do there. Then going to Johnson Controls and doing the stuff they do there. And then after that, like I said, my last job was FedEx. And just how my body was breaking down from doing all that stuff. Like I would come home, not even come home, like I would be done. Like after the adrenaline kick, like stopped kicking in, I would be so sore, like so sore. And I would just look at myself. I'm like, I'm 27 years old. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I'll say like 8, somewhere around there. Well, actually, no, I'll say 10, because my first job was UPS, and that was when I was 18. So yeah, almost basically oh fuck it, in 10 years, a decade fully, I've been breaking my fucking body down, and I'm sick of it. If this is gonna be my life, I want to do something different. And I look back going from high school, going to do things that I never thought I was good in, like chess, taking a chance on chess and actually being decently good at it. Was I the best at it? No, but I got good enough to where I can beat people. And that was something where I liked it, but then my grandma tried to make it seem like, oh, I'm not doing anything and this and that, blah, 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 telling my mom about it. And it was like, oh, I couldn't go. And I ended up going anyway. Because I was like, this is something that I like. It's something that I want to get into and want to learn more. So I'm going to do it. Like, with or without you giving me the permission. And I got in trouble for it. And hey, I don't care. With DJing, it's kind of the same thing. It's me pursuing something that I love. I love music. I love the production aspect of music, of how how music is even prepared and like made. It's fascinating to me, and it's something that I want to get into, in the future of like music. Maybe is it music production, but like learning to make my own music and making my own beats. Like even if it's just rap beats or like going into EDM tracks or anything, because I want to do something like different, maybe like fusion stuff. But I feel like I would have never got to that point if I just listened to what my parents said all the fucking time. And then like I said, I look back when I was in high school and all the stuff that I wanted to do. And my parents were just like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do this. It was a lot of times I was like, I want to do this. And they were just like, no, that's for white people. And I was like, that's fucked up. I asked my parents, I was like, hey, if I was like, cause I was big, like I said, I was big into fighting. And around that time I was into like UFC and MMA and stuff like that. Bully Beatdown was my shit. That was on MTV. That I was like, hey, if I became a UFC fighter, would you support me? And both of my parents said no. And I'm just like, but what if I was good at it? They were just like, no. Then my dad kind of turned. He was like, if you can make millions of dollars in it, then go for it. Like, knock yourself out. But he just didn't like it because but my dad is very like squeamish when it comes to like blood and shit like that. I was like, you a bitch. Like it was one show I used to watch, like me and my cousin used to watch, and a lot of y'all might know. It's called Scarred. And Scarred was this show where it was like people had like extreme sports, like injuries and stuff like that. And like they break an arm or they'll break like their ankle or something shit like that. It was one dude, he like legit like split his nuts open, shit like that. And my dad just could not fucking handle it. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. I was watching this shit at like 10, 12 years old too. I was like, I like this shit. I'm a little bit of a crazy person. I was a kid watching fucking 1,000 Ways to Die at like 9, 10, 11 years old. Shit I'm not even supposed to be watching. I'm watching it because it's not TVMA. Because my mom, for some reason, my mom loved putting like that fucking parental block on me, which got me into like the Boondocks and a lot of stuff a little bit like later in life. Like still, it's a lot of stuff that I haven't watched back then. But in like South Park, I watch all of that shit now. Thank you HBO Max. I could watch all of that shit, but most of it I've seen anyway. Like I said, the Boondocks, love that shit. I think I was watching that on YouTube when I got my own computer, which I got that at like 14, 15. That is something that is still crazy to me. Like I was like 14, 15 years old, my own like laptop, like it was a netbook, which is like smaller than a laptop, whatever. And just doing whatever the fuck I wanted to. Like I was downloading music, I was watching shit on YouTube. Then I was on fucking shit like a IMVU, which is like kind of like a My Second Life type of thing, like meeting girls and shit. I was like doing Skype shit and fucking Uvu and Yahoo Messenger shit with like girls. Like I was fucking like wilding out like early as a fucking kid, and it wasn't like some that probably wasn't an actual girl. That was like probably an old man. Like no, I legit was talking to some females. Like I'm not joking. It was like I want to make sure like you are who you are. Let's Skype or let's do this or do that, whatever. And we would legit Skype and be doing some like I had a bunch of girls like flashing me and shit. One of my ex-girlfriends who I talked about, Teresa, me and her used to do like fucking Skype sex and shit. Like I was wilding at fucking 14, 15, 16 years old. Wilding. That's how I met. I honestly met a couple of my fucking ex girlfriends, like online and shit like that, and kind of worked out, kind of didn't. It's it's just so crazy looking back at like how I was back then to now. Like if I saw myself at 18 now, I'd be like, you're a dumbass. Like I would legit look at myself like you're a dumbass idiot. There's certain stuff that you should keep, but there's other stuff that you need to get the fuck out of your system, like fast. Like if I was 18 right now and how I was back then, I legit probably would be in jail because of me fighting or saying shit that I wasn't supposed to be saying, doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, and it's on me. Like I I still have my old Facebook with stuff I used to say, and it was just it was dumb kid shit that makes no sense, or like just shit I was just say out of emotions, which I kind of do still do now a little bit, but I'd learn how to control my emotions, stuff like that here and there. But if I get really pissed off, then yes, I will fucking go off. But it's just so dumb how I used to be. Like even here's another story. Senior skip day. For those of you, if you actually did it right, you actually just went and skipped. You didn't fucking have your parents call in and say you weren't coming to school. Nothing like no, like you actually you went for like three classes, whatever, and then you left and dipped. That's what me and a couple of my friends did. No, we went to my friend's Austin's place, play some video games, play some basketball, went and got some food. I think his dad took us up back to Markham, and we just mobbed around town. Shit, we stole shit out of fucking not Family Dollar, but Dollar Tree. Then we almost got caught. Well, we did get caught, but the guy was just like, hey, if we catch him again, well, basically we wasn't allowed back in the store. Because of the way, like, again, fucking 17, 18 year olds, well, 17, 18, 19 year olds, we don't got the best, like, fucking poker faces, and plus the way we acted. And my friend told me, was like, yeah, they knew you was stealing, and the guy was like, hey, if we come back in here again, some shit like that, and, like, basically, you're gonna call the cops on us. So we just didn't fucking go. And it honestly was one of the best days ever because it wasn't me just in school playing it safe. It was me actually hanging out with the homies, hanging out with the bros, just doing dumb shit or just going to have fun, going and playing basketball when my friend Norman can't fucking play for shit. looking like a character from fucking NBA Street Volume 3. And then got my bro Austin just looking like fucking Jason Kidd mixed with what's the dude from Sacramento? Mike Bibby. It just killing us. Then my other homie LaQuinn, who's actually good at basketball, just killing too. It was honestly it was the most freedom I had in the longest time. Well, actually, it was just freedom, like for the first time ever. It's not my parents like holding me down and telling me what to do and when to do and shit like that. It was just pure freedom. And now I look back on those days and just like, if I would have known better, Or even just honestly in the classroom, just actually just doing the work. I was so stupid of just not doing homework, like not doing homework all the time, just like fuck it. But I would pass every test. But then the dumbest thing would be, the homework is more than taking a test. I was like, that makes no sense. I used to get really high grades, and then because of the era and the decade I went to school and shit like that, you get seen as a smart person. People want to fuck with you and call you shit and stuff like that. And again, as a teenager, and then also just also I'm gonna say this: being the outcast black kid in a town where I don't say people want to try to be hood, but in a town where like it is very like black. Like where I live, it is black. You know I tell people this a lot. There used to be a club where I lived at, and I know the fucking name of it, but I'm blanking on it now. Oh, it was called the Bar Level. Huge club. It was maybe like a couple blocks from where I lived, and almost every night it was a fight or shooting or something like that. And they closed that shit, tore it down, and now it's like a little like strip mall or some shit like that. It's like probably like a mattress firm or a nail like it's probably a nail salon and a fucking Subway and some other shit and then a ghetto ass restaurant. It's still there. I'm not even like it is still there. It might be changed now. Pretty sure probably, but I don't know. Where I live at, it is very black, and when you are already like a outside black person to where you dress different, you talk different, you listen to different things, you watch different things, you don't really like a lot of sports, but you're into video games and shit like that, but not the cool shit that everybody else likes. It's not fucking NBA, like around then it was NBA Live and then some 2K. And then you would get made fun of because of the way you look and, the shit that you would wear and stuff like that. And just shit in general. Having that one extra thing to give somebody ammo is just like out of the question. So it's like, all right, I'm already the fat, in their words, and I still hear this. I am the fat, ugly, nerdy, and now fucking smart black dude. And I'm just like, I can't, like, I don't know why. I was just like, I can't do this shit like that. Excuse me. I should have just been like, fuck y'all. I'm smart and I don't care. And that is when I say, I feel like there is a bigger difference from high school now than it was a decade ago. Excuse me, I need to get some fucking water. That is a little bit better. Yeah, that's why I say that is very different from a decade ago, because now with everything else coming out with being gay or gender fluid and all that other stuff, it's like it feels like there's more of a chance now than it was back then. Like being gay, it was no problem. Like when I went to school, it was like, hey, we know fucking gay kids, we don't care, but we were still saying the whole like that's so gay, or we were still saying that's retarded and shit like that. But it wasn't like a derogatory thing that I feel like a lot of people still see. Which, yeah, I do get the saying like that's so gay thing. It's fucked up, and honestly, it's a habit that I had to force myself to stop saying so much, because I used like it's still that Chicago in me that used to like I'm so used to saying it that it is just a turn. One minute. Sorry, I'm not sick, but it's like something's going up with me. It's just weird. This weather has been fucking everything up. But that's something else too, which is like, even the verbiage and like certain slang and stuff from back then that I know isn't okay, but I'm still used to saying. And that's also something else that was like kind of made fun of too because, being from Chicago, but then like listening to some of the people that I used to listen to back then, like some people, yeah, from where I live, but like I got really into like Biggie and like a lot of big New York people. So I used to say like yo and son and shit like that. And people were like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was like, and it's a habit thing because I listen to this so much. I incorporated that style. I still do. Like still listen to a lot of like New York rappers and podcasts and stuff like that. I'm really big into these two guys, Deezus and Mero. I listen to their podcast. They're like from when they used to be on Complex to when they moved to Vice, and then they had another podcast where it was just Deezus and Mero. Well, no, but not Deezus and Mero, but Bodega Boys. Then when they got to Showtime, I still watch the stuff now. And they are super, super New York. Like if they had a Mount Rushmore of like New Yorkers, them two would be like side by side. It'd be like them, Derek Jeter. I don't even know who else. Like it probably be just like two more people. I don't know. Knowing them, they'd be like, "Oh, it'd be Cardi." I'm like, no, that'd be the fucking Bronx Mount Rushmore for them. But I'm just so used to be like, "Yo, son," or "This is trash," or "This and that," blah blah blah. And it's just because I'm so used to hearing that verbiage. But back at home, we were still saying like "shorty" and shit like that. Or the one which I get this from people. I never got into saying Joe, which I know is like a big Chicago thing. Is like, "Yo, what up, Joe?" Like I'm kind of am glad I never got into that. I got more like Eastern than I did like Midwestern. I miss home so much. I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't so fucking expensive to live in Chicago, I'd still be there. I'd probably be dead. Probably. I don't know. Like it's just something about home that I just miss so much. Just well, for one, being able to go to fucking White Castle, like I love, I fucking love White Castle so much. Like if I had it my way, if I was rich, and I'm not lying to you, if I was rich, I would have my own fucking White Castle, like like either in my house or like across the street from me or something like that. Like I would have it convenient for me to have fucking White Castle. I would, I wish like White Castle was kind of like how like Chipotle do with those fucking like Chipotle cards or whatever that they give to people. Or I think like Subway they have like a black card and some other shit like that. I wish I was rich enough or like famous enough to have like White Castle airdrop to me. Like that'd be the shit. Cause it's somebody else that has like a car. Fuck, what is it? It's a British chicken place. What the fuck is it? Nando's, which I still need to go to Nando's, and there's one in Chicago. And the next time I go to Chicago, I'm going to fucking Nando's. They say it's a chicken place. They say it's good. I hope it's fucking good. It's a fucking it's UK based chicken place. It's only in like two places in America. It's Chicago and DC. And I'm gonna be in DC anytime fucking soon. Chicago is like probably like 10 hours away from me right now. I will go to some fucking Nando's and try that shit. I hear it all the fucking time from like even like my UK like podcasts and stuff. They always talk about Nando's. And then they're friends with Wale, who he talks about Nando's. I'm just like, fuck, I need to try some Nando's. Especially now because I keep saying it's a wing shortage and a chicken shortage and shit like that. I'm like, I need to go to fucking Nando's before they close this shit. But going back to the shit, it's I can tell within just the last decade from when I graduated to now that I matured a lot. I mellowed out a bit. Oh, I'm not even a bit, but a lot. I mellowed out a lot. I learned how to talk and communicate more instead of holding a lot of stuff in. I became more responsible, I want to say. And I know it's because of situations that I will talk about on a different podcast. Maybe the next podcast, I don't know. I'm trying to have a guest on the next podcast. But it's a lot of things that if they didn't happen in my life, I probably wouldn't be who I am now. And I don't want to say that I'm happy that those things happen because I'll just say no. So, for those of you who don't know, and for those of you that do know, my mom passed away when I was 19, about to be 20. And I got kicked out of my first college, and I had to go back living with my mom and my stepdad at the time, which fuck him, by the way. If anybody knows him, fuck you, Tyrone Haslett. But I had to move back with my mom because she was sick. I was legit worried. My mom had to have a lung surgery. Lungs plural surgery. She had to get two. She was on oxygen tanks and oxygen machine 24/7. She had to get seeing her go from what she used to be to what she got to. My mom was probably 150 pounds, but solid. She wasn't really fat. And then seeing her go down to 110 and see her just how skinny she was, skinny and weak she got. And we were going to be moving to Mississippi. It was cheaper cost of living, better place for us than crazy ass fucking Chicago where we had people shooting and shit. And I thought it was going to be a nice change up. But then my mom, she ended up finally getting her surgery. It went okay. She had to recover. Thought things were going well, and then it started going down the wayside. She went from going into a hospital, then going to a rehabilitation of trying to get back on her feet again, doing certain stuff. It was different exercises to just try to get it back moving again. And then also to get it built back up. Cause I said, she lost a lot of weight. Losing that much weight to get that small, it's not a fucking easy task. And my mom used to work out. We had a lot of stuff in our basement, different weight machines, spit machines, a lot of stuff. And just to see her go from what she used to be to what she became, it's hard. And then having to be this 18, 19-year-old kid who doesn't know anything, having to take care of his mom at an early age. And then while you have 3 grown-ass adults who could do a better job, just completely having my grandma just not care, my brother just not care, my stepdad, he was on the road, he was a fucking trucker at the time, but barely even do anything when he was at home. My grandma fucking arguing with my mom, telling her that, she don't need to be there. She's just waiting to get on her house so she can leave and stuff. My brother not even fucking caring. He just there, not even trying to learn anything. It was one time where if I didn't wake up or if I didn't hear, I keep doing this, but our power had went on and off one day, and I could hear the machine going. And if I didn't wake up when I did, my mom probably could have died earlier because she was getting no oxygen in her nose. So I'm upstairs in my room, and I hear the things just like beep, 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 whatever. And I'm like, yeah, jump out of bed, run down the stairs, flip it on and off. About 6 to 10, well, about 15, 20 feet away, my brother knocked the fuck out, snoring on the couch. Not even making any type of fucking move. Then find out my grandma, because my mom tells me, she was like, oh yeah, your grandma said that she heard it, but she didn't get out of bed. I'm just like, what? I mean, I'm the only person in this house who's doing something, like learning how to switch out my mom's oxygen tanks and put it on the right level. Packing her stuff when she wants to go grocery shopping or has doctor's appointments. I was 19 years old, like staying in the hospital rooms with her, like sleeping overnight for days. Like I would stay until like Friday night, Saturday morning, or something like that. Get picked up to go home for like a day and a half, and then get dropped off Sunday to stay with her again. Like, had no money in my pocket to eat, anything like that. Like, I was barely eating anything, or my mom would give me money to like buy stuff while I was in the hospital. I don't know if anybody knows, but hospital food is fucking expensive. Like, it is hella expensive. So then I got to the point, like, I was just bringing stuff from like grocery stores and stuff and just having it with me. It was like snack shit. And then just seeing her like lying in bed, just weak and just tired, and couldn't even walk. Like, couldn't even walk to the bathroom. And then we end up moving in November. No, October. Sorry, it was October. Yeah, we finally moved. Me and my bitch ass ex stepdad at the time. And, you know, I thought things was going well for a while. You know, we went to see my mom again, like around her birthday. Also, not only is it my birthday, and also my 10 year, I guess, anniversary of like me graduating high school. It's also my mom's half birthday. Me and my mom are both 6 months apart. Our birthdays are 6 months apart. Our birthdays are 6 months apart, not me and her. Her birthday is November 23rd. So sometimes her birthday is on fucking Thanksgiving, which is awesome. Mine, it's never close to any fucking thing. If it was close to Memorial Day, that'd be nice. Or on Memorial Day, sometimes it'd be cool. But it started to get worse with her, to where it was going back and forth from rehabilitation centers back to the hospitals because of some kind of complication. Then in February of 2014, they released her. And it was like, you know, she's doing okay, she's staying stable. And the first thing she does is she calls my granddad and my stepdad at the time. It's like 11 o'clock or something like that. And then they both tell me what's going on. They're saying that, you know, my brother and my grandma are arguing about who's going to take her to her stuff and this and that. And I'm just like, fuck. I was like, if I was there, she wouldn't have to worry about it, because I could take her. You know, I have my driver's license. You know, I have a car now. All this other stuff. You know, she wouldn't have to worry about it. If she was with us, she wouldn't have to worry about anything, because I would take her to wherever she needed to go. And 12 hours later, it was like a scene out of a movie where it's pouring down, raining outside, it's thunder and lightning, and I get a knock on the door. You know, I'm the only one in the house. It's a double wide trailer, but it was the house. And my granddad's knocking on the door. And I'm go over, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And he just tells me, he was like, your mom just passed away. And it's like I said, it's like a movie. As soon as he gets done with that sentence, again, lightning strikes, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, she was just fine. What the hell's going on? And he just like, I'm sorry, she passed away, this and that. And I'm just go back, he goes back to his house. I close the door, lock it. I got tell my dad, he's fucking upset. I tell one of my other family, all my family members and stuff. And me and my stepdad, we go back up to Chicago. We plan her funeral in like 2-3 days. We have it that Saturday, which was the 22nd or the 20th, I believe. I'm sorry, because she ended up passing away on President's Day, which was, I believe, the 14th. So that Saturday, I believe that Saturday was the 20th, or something like that. But just seeing the person who raised you just in a box, lifeless, like color, the color like flushed from their body and cheeks and face. It is a jarring thing to see. And especially when you saw them go through hell for like months, like not even months, for like almost like 2 years. From a doctor telling them that they had fucking acid reflux to actually finding out what actually is going on with them, and then them struggling to go to do stuff, and then to finally just see them like in a I'm sorry, I know it's a casket, but like in a box, just not, can't talk, can't see you, can't anything. It is a very fucked up thing. And having all this family around the day of the funeral telling me, oh, she's in peace now, this and that, and you did what you could. And I just felt bad because I was like, was there something else I could do? And I know it's fucked up to say stuff like that, but it always was in the back of my mind of like, was there something I could actually do? Should I have just stayed and dealt with my brother and my grandma to make sure she was okay? I probably would have been in fucking jail for beating the shit out of both of them, or whatever else. But I was like, I felt like it could have been something I could have done. And seeing her getting put in the ground and people throwing flowers, and it's just me looking, and I didn't shed a tear. I couldn't, and I don't know why. And it wasn't like a macho thing and anything like that. It was just, I couldn't. Even to this day, I have no idea why I couldn't just cry. It's my mom. But it was just something to where, I felt sad and I felt bad. And, when I went up and said something before the actual, like, taking her to a gravesite, and I was like, my mom struggled, and I'm glad, I wish she was back, but I know she's not in pain anymore. And I was like, it's not a sad thing, this is a celebration, this and that, because she lived a long life. My mom was 47 when she passed away. She would have been 57 this year. And it's parts of me where I wish she could still be here to see what I've accomplished as a person, and then just talk to about the dumb shit I've done, like I do with my dad, because I did get closer with my dad. I tell him a lot of the dumb shit I got into, and even my dad tells me, it was like, you need to slow down, you need to just learn how to like get sleep and this and stuff, and stop messing with certain people. And I know my mom, she would tell me the same thing, but it's not the same hearing it from your dad than it does your mom. I guess from a son perspective, your dad, he, especially in my situation, like my dad wasn't really always there, but my mom, she always was. And hearing the person who used to literally whoop your ass and tell you what the fuck to do, hearing it from her, it kind of makes more sense, And it might just be that, mother son relationship. Because it feels like fathers and daughters have their unique relationships, and mothers and sons have their unique relationships. And I do wish she was here sometimes to just see just how I've been and what I've been going through, and how I am kind of growing as a person. Like, yes, I don't have a family yet. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids. She'd probably be proud of that. The fact that I didn't make a stupid decision of just fucking with some chick, getting her pregnant, and it was like, well, I guess I gotta marry you or some shit like that. And that is kind of where, in a certain, in a fucked up way of saying this, is it is a it is kind of a good thing that she passed away, because if she didn't, I wouldn't have learned a lot of the life lessons that I know now. And again, I say it is very fucked up, because I miss my mom. I love her dearly. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. I'll say that right now. My mom would not let me do a lot of things. Just basic boy shit. She would not let me do. But I wish she could see kind of the man that I grew up to be. A lot of stuff that she told me that I couldn't do, I wish she could see. A lot of stuff that she probably thought I could never do, or didn't know I could do, or was ever interested in, I wish she could see. And I know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, she's looking down on you," and I'm like, no. Because in my heart, I don't believe that. I'm not some God-fearing person. She's like, no, my mom is gone. I used to believe that thing. I was like, oh, the people are looking down on you and shit like that. No, they are gone. They're in my memories. They will never be forgotten. But the whole thing of like seeing them when you go to heaven and all that stuff, I stopped believing in. And it's not a sadistical thing or narcissistic thing or just me losing my faith, anything like that. It's just, when you're gone, you're gone. I feel, we try to say things to make people feel better, but in reality, maybe it's a religious thing. You believe in that type of thing, but me, I'm just like, the people that I love the most are just not here anymore. I can't talk to them. I can't see them. I can't hug them. And it sucks. And it is 5:23 right now on my birthday of May 23rd. I just wanted to point that out. It's just funny to me. But yeah, it's been 10 years and I've lost, 5, 6 people I think five. My mom and my aunt and my dad's mom, and then my cousin who used to call my uncle. Then I found out that my mom's mom passed away last year or this year, something like that. Which I didn't care about that. I was like, fuck it, I don't care. But it's just growing up, it shows you that perspective of life that you gotta do you gotta do what's best for you, I wanna say. You know, you could follow you could follow a step out of every book, every every advice anybody gives you, but is that what you want to do, or is that just something that somebody else is telling you? Is a quote. Oh, I'm big into like watching Up, Up, Down, Down, and Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, whatever you call him. He was like, he was talking about a game or whatever. And he was talking about his actually own career, and he said, "I'd rather take I'd rather swing the punches I want than swing the punches that somebody else told me." And he even explained it. It was like it's basically like it's kind of like I'd rather take the path that I choose over the path that somebody else gave me or tells me to take. Because, you anybody can tell you anything. Anybody can tell you, oh, the key to success is this and do that and blah blah blah. I get it with my career. I get people telling me, oh, you gotta have this, equipment, to be this, or oh, you gotta play this so people will take you serious, or you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Oh, you haven't been here before? Oh, then I guess you're not a real deep. I'm just like, I've been doing this for a small amount of time. Am I known around the world or in the fucking States? No. But shit like that takes time. And that's something else that I had to learn by getting older. It's stuff that I should have done when I was younger, when I first started. I'm now doing now, but I know how to do it better now than I did when I first started. Same as making this roundabout thing. Going back to when I was a dumb 18-year-old, saying how I would never do this, never do that, and blah, blah, blah. And now 28 years old, and was like, why the fuck would I ever say shit like that? Being 18 years old, be like, oh, I'll never smoke weed. Weed is bad, and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm never going to get this. And now I'm 18 years old. No, not 18. I'm 28 years old. So I wish I was 18 again, kind of. I'm 28 years old. I got fucking like even the dumb shit I would say in fucking high school, like saying the tattoos I would get. I legit told myself, this is how much into video games I were. I told myself my first tattoo would be Bowser, like a just gray black, like gray and black Bowser, but him like facing the other way, shell out with the spikes silvered and with like the little gleam, which it like black shell, like chrome outside for the shell, and then like chrome silverish spikes, and then just like that gleam going off one of the spikes. Because I think it's like in one of the Smash Bros. Games. I like that. That will be kind of cool. But then I think about it now. I'm just like, yeah, if I got that tattoo, I've been like, why the fuck did I get this? Because I'm just like, why? And it's just because I was that stupid. And I wouldn't get that now. Because, one, I know better. And then two, I know how much a fucking tattoo cost and how much detail that shit would be. And as someone who has two tattoos, which one I got at 19 and another one at 22, and piercings and shit like that, I know better. I know to have stuff just not having it fucking everywhere or anything like that. Like I said, I wanted a fucking the socks logo like on my face. And I just look at myself now. I'm just like, I would never get a fucking face tattoo ever. And I said that because I saw people like The Game and Gucci Mane and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the fucking the socks logo like right here with the SOX. I was like, that'd be so fucking stupid. I could never get a job anywhere. Not that it matters now, but just remembering some of the dumb shit I used to say back then. Even like just cultural shit or shit I used to say about just fucking fat people or gay people or whatever. I don't have them shits anymore because I've grown up. I actually been around different people and different cultures and different parts of societies. I'm just like, okay, this makes sense. Plus the fact now that shit nowadays, I mean, it's the entire thing of adapt or die. If you stick with a mind state of some of the dumb shit people do or say, you're just gonna get fucking left behind. If you can't accept somebody for being gay, you're a fucking idiot. If you can't accept somebody backtrack. If you can't accept somebody for being in the LGBTQ plus community, you're fucking stupid. If you can't stop saying retarded, which I've been trying to stop saying, and I know, and I'm not trying to make it seem like like I'm a bad person for not saying it, for saying it, but it's a thing of like creature of habit where I'm learning the error of my ways and trying to improve. Now, yes, I'll have slip ups and I'll say the shit. But if it's a constant thing of just like, or you not noticing that you're saying this shit, then you're a fucking asshole who needs to fall off the face of this earth. If you can't accept fucking interracial dating, which a lot of times I do, a lot of times I'm just like, oh, why did, and I'll be honest, the only time I'm not is when it's like a fucking fine ass black chick with like a dude that looks like White Urkel. I'm just like, how the fuck? How does this happen? And I know it's very fucked up to say, but I'm like, it makes no sense. Of like, you are gorgeous as fuck with this dude that looks like the humpback of Notre Dame. Oh, sorry, Notre Dame. Not the fucking school, but the fucking Igor looking motherfucker. But I do. It is a lot of interracial couples. I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. You know, it's not that big of a deal anymore. You know, me, I date interracially. You know, I've dated a lot of white girls. I've dated Japanese. I've dated fucking Saudi Arabian, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I dated black girls before. Doesn't really fucking matter to me. It just depends on how you are as a person. That's the main thing. This was very, very random today. Jesus. Y'all get the random topics today. It's just a bunch of stuff just getting weaved in back and forth and stuff. But I think I'm gonna end the podcast there because I just keep talking and it's gonna end up being like a 2-hour fucking podcast for my birthday, which wouldn't be bad, but I feel like a lot of people wouldn't listen to a 2-hour fucking podcast, and it's already like an hour and a half anyway. I need to start bringing it down back to an hour. But that is the negativity. That is the Negative Degree podcast. It is my birthday again. If you want to know where I'm going to be at tonight, I am going to be at Blue nightclub over on Tyler and Maple. Before that, I'm going to try to go see my friend, my friend Jake Bond, and go over to Jay's Lounge to see my other friend, Ben Reagan, aka DJ Hook Echo, to do a little bit of karaoke. Then I got to take Jake home and then go over. Well, I might see if Jake wants to come hang out, but he'll probably get a ride back. We got to go to Blue nightclub and party the fuck out because I'm going to be DJing tonight and celebrating my birthday. So if you want to come, it is Blue nightclub. I will be there at 9 o'clock. Be there. Be there or be square. Because it is going to be fucking fun. Now, most likely, I'm going to try to get to... I'm going to try to get to... Excuse me. I'm going to try to get to Jay's Lounge around like 7:30. Because one tradition that I usually do for my birthday... So a thing that I do for my birthday, especially like it's a common thing that we usually do in my family, or what we used to do in my family. It was either you go to breakfast or you go to dinner. And me, I went to breakfast early today, and I'm gonna go to dinner. And so, we used to do both honestly, because we'd go to breakfast if like our birthday was on the weekend. We go to breakfast and then go to dinner later on in the day, because we get up early, like fucking 9 o'clock or some shit like that. 9 o'clock. We go get breakfast, spend some time together, like do some shopping or whatever. Then later on, go home, get dressed up again. Because really, like in the morning, you can dress however the fuck you want. But then like later on in the day, like get nice, dressed up, and go out, have a decent meal. So still trying to find out where I want to go. I live around a bunch of like restaurants. I know it's like Hook and Reel, like Cajun restaurant. Might want to check that out. That Bubba 33, and I still never been to. Old Chicago, I'm kind of trying to avoid because I went there last year for my birthday. Trying to find somewhere like new I can go to. I'm not trying to go to Bluefin. I'm not big into like seafood or whatever the fuck they have. Yeah, I'm trying to find somewhere that is like decent. Maybe like a good steakhouse or something like that, which I think there is a steakhouse over here too. It's that Longhorn Steakhouse is over here. Might go there, try to treat myself to a nice steak. Might actually try it like medium well instead of well done, which I know somebody's gonna talk shit about. That the fact I like medium well steak. I'm not medium well steak, but well done steak. I don't give a fuck. I am still somewhat of a hood booger. I want my shit well done. You can hate on me all you want. I'm sorry. If you where I'm coming from, you fucking do it well done. Now my taste buds are a little bit different. I can do the medium well, which I know my friend Lacey is like, get it well done because it's still cooking in its juices and blah 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 blah. And if he watches this, yes, I know it cooks in its own juices because it's still cooking, it's still hot, and then it'll turn well done, yada yada. I get it, but I'm a well done steak person. I can do it with or without A1 steak sauce. I've been doing it literally without A1 steak sauce. I used to do it with A1 steak sauce because I just like the taste of it, but I just stopped. I don't put ketchup on it because that's weird. And no one should ever put ketchup on a steak. It's not a fucking burger. But I will try to find somewhere for my birthday to go to that is new. I'm not going to Buffalo Wild Wings. I think I did that one time for my birthday. That's not really going out. That's just, I want to go somewhere where like I can go not get like super dressed up, but like decently dressed up. I got an outfit for tonight that I'm gonna wear. It's not like fucking suit jacket and shit like that. Like, actually, give me 1 second. I'll actually show you. It's not super extravagant. I went to fucking Burlington Coat Factory and got it. But give me a sec. All right. So I got a couple shirts that I like. If anybody knows me, I'm like super into fucking like Japan and shit, like or like Tokyo and stuff. So I got this shirt. I think it's cool as fuck. I'm thinking about wearing that tonight. I got this other shirt. I turn it around. Another Japanese shirt, which I think both of these are from the same designer. No, it's not. I think this shirt and the other shirt. So the one I just showed you was by Fresh Laundry, and the other one is RGSTR. Then I got another shirt in here, which I think the girl didn't fucking put it in right because I think my receipt only has like two shirts and then pants. But this is the other shirt that had like no tag on it. Hold on. It's just fucking fire. It's like some geisha shit. It's like this cream color too. Okay, that's the front, and then yeah, that's the back of it. Yeah, that's like some samurai like geisha style type shit. That one I'm thinking about wearing, but I might wear that on like a different day. And then just some joggers. Hopefully these do fit right because I usually get them in a bigger size. These are just 3X. Me with joggers, I try to have them. I usually get them either a size bigger, so that way it's like a little bit more baggier. These ones, I wish they kind of were like cargos, so I can have like more pockets. I'm pretty sure they do make like cargo joggers, because that would be the shit. Just having like all those fucking pockets on some joggers. Hell yeah. And then I got some other stuff that I bought from this weekend. Might as well show, I guess, because this weekend was crazy. I actually got my first Rick and Morty shirt. And this shit, I saw it. It was fucking awesome. Like nothing on the back. Wait, did it? I like that color because it's like a tealish turquoise type of color. Then I got this shirt, which I need to find a hat for because it's goddamn awesome. So again, going back into the video game stuff, I got a bunch of like Street Fighter 5 stuff or just Street Fighter stuff in general. But I found this, and I think it's going to be a new thing of my collection. Mortal Kombat! Look at that. The only way it could be better if it was just on a black t-shirt. Just to like really set it up. And it actually, this, honestly do like this because it's like that lightweight like material. It's not like super bulky. Then I found this one, which I actually saw when I was in Burlington today. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to wear this because I don't have anything like this color. But I might just put on just all black and then find some black shoes. But boom. Now, I have no idea what any of that shit means, but it just looks fire. Like just all the detail that they put into it. And then I got this shirt. I actually wore it Friday when I went out to Kansas City on that shitty ass night out. I will probably talk about that on the next podcast because it's already getting too late. But another Japanese style t-shirt. It's got a map of Japan on the back. Got I don't know. I am for some reason like super obsessed with like Japan and Tokyo. I don't know what it's something about Japan that it's not the women thing. It's somewhat like the culture, but then like knowing the fact that like a lot of video games come from Japan, and then like Japanese wrestling, sumo wrestling, and different stuff like that. It like I am really big into like New Japan pro wrestling. I need to start getting into it again like I used to, but I heard it like fell off kind of a bit. But it's starting to make a comeback. I one of my dreams, well not even dreams, one of my goals in life is to actually save up enough money to go to Japan. I want to learn the language. It was something I actually was learning when I was with one of my ex girlfriends, the one that broke up with me the night of my mom's funeral, actually, Teresa, because she was half Japanese from Japan. I can't remember what town she was from. She told me, but I just can't remember. She was actually teaching me Japanese. I actually have a notebook of like me writing like all the stuff. I might do a picture of it on my Facebook or something like that. But actually learning how to write like in Japanese, not kanji. I got what it is, but like writing in it, like learning how to say it. She was teaching me different phrases, like help me, different stuff, like learn how to say hello or can you help me and all this other different stuff. Like it was like very basic to like somewhat intermediate stuff. She told me most of the curse words 'cause I was like, teach me that shit. She told me like like different fruits, which are like orange is like orange, and other different stuff. So it was cool. Even so, if anybody sees the hat I'm wearing, it's AEW. I am so big into Japanese wrestling. They are doing AEW, the promotion, on June 26th. They are doing a crossover show with New Japan Pro Wrestling in my hometown of Chicago at the United Center. And I can't fucking go because tickets are too damn expensive. I looked on there for the super cheap, the cheapest ticket you can get is probably like between 70 to 100 something bucks, and it is like way up there. To even get close to a decent seat, you might as well just sell your fucking kidney. Then not to mention plane, hotel, which honestly I wouldn't really need a hotel because I could stay with one of my cousins. Travel, that's the touch and go thing because I could drive to Chicago and get there in like no time. Well, not get there in no time. It'd take me some hours. But flying, it takes like probably a hour. It's just like, okay, we're in there. Oh, we got to drop down. Here you go. We're in Chicago O'Hare Airport. Thank you for flying with us. Yes, it is easier to fly than it is to drive. It's an hour flight, an hour and like 15-minute flight versus like a 8-hour drive. But cost wise, I feel like it would be better to drive because I can go 4 hours driving, get by the time I got to St. Louis, fill up again, then drive the rest of the way to where I need to go, and still probably have like about a good half a tank left probably. Probably. I was supposed to be closing down this fucking podcast. I keep doing this. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't even know if anybody's watching this, but again, end of the negative degree birthday cast. Again, I am your host, DJ Frostbite. Follow, add, subscribe to any of my stuff. Follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch if you want to catch up on the podcast. Everything is on this stuff. I upload the podcast over to my Facebook page, over to the Negative Degree Facebook page. So you can go check that out. Follow it or like it so that way you know when it's coming out. Follow me if you want to on Facebook. I'm DJ Frostbite on Facebook as well. Like me on there. You'll see where I'm at, where I'm DJing. I always update for different stuff. At least I try to. I try to be up to date and current with a lot of stuff. Instagram, follow me on there, DJ Frostbite. I kind of use Instagram a little bit less. I still try to put stuff on there so people know what's going on. Just have to put I put funny pictures up sometimes, or just do promotions. Um, Twitch, same thing. Anytime I'm doing the podcast, I'm always streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to do more Twitch streams when it comes to like DJ live streams. Try to get back on that. That is like the one place I know I can do a DJ live stream and they won't cut the music. The only thing is I just can't save it. I won't get not demonetized, but I won't get like blocked and cut off like I do with Facebook and YouTube. Do I get like the DMG whatever shit or DMCA, whatever the fuck the stupid thing is. But I gotta get out of here. I need to go get food. It's almost 6 o'clock. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do. I'm not really super hungry, but I still gotta find somewhere to go get dinner because I know if I don't get it around this time, I'm not gonna get it at all until like about the time I get home. And I barely have anything in here. Also, I need to go cash a check too. But hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for being here for my birthday. I hope to see some of you at Blue Nightclub if anyone's even watching this. If not, it's probably just gonna be on the archive. Keep listening. Like I said, Friday, I'm hoping to have a guest on here. One of my friends, Cassandra. She's a karaoke host, and me and her are alike in the same. Me and her kind of alike in the same ways, but we both different in a lot of ways too. And I know with her, we could be on here for like 3 hours talking because we've done it in real life. But I'll keep updated on that one. In the meantime, everybody have a great day because I know I'll have a great birthday. I will try not to get too drunk, and I hope the same for all of you. And as always, stay negative, my friends.